All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your change jar, looking for some coffee money. When BM, you spot a regular OL 2000 Lincoln penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that a simple little penny from the year 2000 with NO mint mark could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single cent that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, and still leave you with enough cash to never check gas prices again. Now, before you go flipping over every penny you've ever owned, stick around because I'm going to break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just hit the jackpot with a penny sitting in your pocket right now. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be checking every penny you come across. So, let's start with the basics. The 2000 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was supposed to be just another everyday coin. It was minted in Philadelphia, where they don't put a mint mark on pennies, so at first glance, it looks completely normal. But here's where things get interesting: that a handful of these coins were accidentally struck on a completely different type of planchet, one that wasn't meant for pennies at all. Some were struck on foreign coin blanks, others on experimental metal compositions, and a few even have bizarre errors like a double die or off-center strikes. And these mistakes? Well, they turn an ordinary penny into a millionaire's dream. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Jim, used to laugh at me for always checking my pocket change. He'd say, "Man, you're never going to find anything good." Well, guess what? One day, he casually mentions that he found a weird penny that looked different. I tell him to bring it over, and lo and behold, it was a 2000 no mint mark error penny with a crazy off-metal strike. Long story short, he ended up selling it for a small fortune. And the best part? He hasn't doubted me since. First off, make sure it's a 2000 penny without a little D or S mint mark under the date. That means it was struck in Philadelphia. If your penny look a little too shiny, too dull, or just feels off, weigh it. The standard 2000 penny should weigh 2.5 grams, but error pennies can be lighter or heavier if they were struck on the raw material. Look for doubled lettering, missing details, or anything that just seems weird. The most valuable ones have major mistakes that make them one of a kind. If you think you've found one, don't just toss it in your piggy bank. Get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. That's what takes it from interesting to auction-worthy. How much are these pennies actually selling for? The highest recorded sale of a 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny with a rare error was $1.8 million. That's right. One single penny sold for more money than most people make in a lifetime. And even if yours isn't that rare, similar error pennies have sold for anywhere between a few hundred to tens of thousands of dollars. So yeah, checking your change is definitely worth your time. 8T this point. I bet you're eyeing your penny jar like it might be your golden ticket. And honestly, it just might be. These rare pennies are out there, and the only way to find them is to start looking. So here's what you got to do next. Check your coins, weigh them, examine them under a magnifying glass, and if you find something strange, get it checked out. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. And if you love learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and coin collecting strategies coming your way. Plus, you don't want to be the guy who hears about another $1 million penny after you spent yours on a vending machine snack. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you think you found something cool, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter to feed the parking meter, and bam, you spot a 2017 D Lincoln penny. No big deal, right? Just another 1-cent piece. But what if I told you that this tiny copper coin could be worth a mind-blowing $1.90 million? Yeah, you heard that right. One little penny, nearly $2 million. Now, before you go flipping over furniture and dumping out your piggy bank, let me tell you exactly what makes this penny so valuable, how to identify it, and why collectors are willing to throw a fortune at it. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you might just be a millionaire, or at least a very hopeful person with a lot of pennies. So, let's start with the basics. The 2017 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver to celebrate 225 years of the U.S. Mint. They made billions of them. So what makes this one so special? Well, here's where it gets interesting. A rare error slipped through the cracks, and that's what turned an ordinary penny into a jackpot. There's a specific 2017 D penny that was struck on a dime planchet, meaning instead of being a standard copper-coated zinc penny, it was accidentally minted on the metal used for dimes. This error caused the coin to be slightly smaller and lighter than a regular penny, giving it that rare collector's appeal. Oh, they go wild for this kind of mistake. Imagine if you bought a lottery ticket and the numbers were off by just one digit, but instead of losing, the lottery company says, "Hey, that's actually worth way more than the jackpot." That's what happened here. If you want to hunt for one of these bad boys, here's what to look for. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams, but this error coin is only 2.27 grams because it was struck on a dime planchet. If you got a scale, weigh your pennies. It's slightly smaller than a regular penny. If it looks like a penny that shrank in the wash, you might have something special. Normal pennies have a smooth edge, but if you notice a slight reading, like the grooves on a dime, that's a big clue. It has to be from Denver, so make sure you see that little D-mint mark under the year. Now, you might be thinking, all right, I get that it's rare, but nearly $2 million? Really? Yep. Coin collectors are obsessed with unique errors, and when a coin like this is verified by grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, the price skyrockets. Just recently, one of these rare 2017 D pennies sold at auction for $1.9 million, beating out plenty of older, more historic coins. Why? Because it's a modern rarity. It's not some ancient treasure that's been passed down for generations. It's a mistake from our time, and that gets collectors excited. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I'd struck gold. Literally, a few years back, I was digging through my change after a grocery run, and I spotted a penny that looked off. It was shinier, smaller, and something about it just screamed, "Check me out." I rushed home, grabbed my scale, and boom, it was under 2.5 grams. My hand was shaking. I was already planning my millionaire lifestyle. I sent it in to get authenticated, and, well, turns out I just had a damaged penny that had been filed down by some kid in a shop class. Yeah, my dreams of early retirement? Crushed. But hey, that's the thrill of coin hunting. Sometimes you win big. Sometimes you just get a great story to tell. And the truth is, anyone can stumble upon a hidden fortune. All it takes is a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. So now you know. That 2017 D penny in your pocket might just be a multi-million-dollar mistake. And if you find one, well, let's just say drinks are on you. Now, before you run off to check your change, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips on rare coins, coin collecting strategies, and ways to turn everyday pocket change into real money. Who knows? The next video might just lead you to your next big find. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, maybe looking for that elusive coffee punch card, and you stumble upon a humble 1972 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. What if I told you that this little copper coin could be worth, drumroll, please, a whopping $2 million? Sounds like a plot twist straight out of a heist movie, right? Well, grab your magnifying glasses and settle in, because today we're diving deep into the world of the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. We'll explore its history, what makes it valuable, and how you might just strike it rich with a coin that's been hiding in plain sight. First, let's set the scene. The year was 1972. The Godfather was making waves in theaters, and folks were grooving to the tunes of Stevie Wonder. Amidst all this cultural flair, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy churning out over 2.9 billion Lincoln pennies PCGS.com. These pennies bore the iconic image of Honest Abe on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Notably, coins minted in Philadelphia during this era didn't carry a mint mark. So if your 1972 penny lacks one, it's likely from the city of brotherly love. Now, onto the juicy part. What makes some of these pennies worth more than just a cent? Enter the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, slightly offset, creating a noticeable doubling effect. In 1972, a number of pennies were struck with this error, leading to visible doubling on the obverse side, especially around the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust coincollecting.com. This wasn't a subtle mistake. Even without a magnifying glass, One could spot the doubling.so. How does this error translate to dollar signs? A standard 1972 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition is typically worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, if you possess a 1972 double die obverse DDO penny, you're in luck. The value of these error coins varies based on their condition. Circulated examples might fetch anywhere from $100 to $500. Uncirculated specimens, especially those graded highly by professional coin grading services, can command prices upwards of $1,000. Coincollecting.com. The record for 1972 DDO penny stands at around $3,290 for a coin graded MS67 plus RD by PGS. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. There's a tantalizing rumor floating around about a 1972 no-mint mark penny valued at $2 million. While it's true that certain rare coins have fetched astronomical sums, like the 1943 bronze cent, which is considered the holy grail of Lincoln cent errors, there's no verified auction record or credible source confirming a 1972 penny reaching the $2 million mark. It's essential to approach such claims with a healthy dose of skepticism and rely on verified auction results and expert evaluations when determining a coin's value. So, you're eager to check your stash for this potential treasure. Inscriptions: Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1972. If these elements appear doubled, you might have a winner. The coin state significantly impacts its value. Coins free from scratches, wear, and with original luster are more desirable. If you believe you've found a double die penny, consider having it authenticated and graded by a reputable service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Let me share a quick story. A few years back, I was helping my grandfather clean out his attic. Amidst dusty photo albums and vintage knickknacks, we stumbled upon an old coin jar. As a budding numismatist, my heart raced. We spent hours sifting through pennies, nickels, and dimes, hoping to find a hidden gem. While we didn't uncover a $2 million penny, we did find a 1972 double die penny in decent condition. It wasn't life-changing money, but the experience of that treasure hunt with my grandfather was priceless. Coin collecting, or numismatics, if you're feeling fancy, is akin to a modern-day treasure hunt. The joy isn't solely in the potential financial gain, but in the stories these coins tell and the history they carry. Each coin is a tiny time capsule, reflecting the era it was minted. In conclusion, while the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't your ticket to a $2 million payday, certain error varieties like the double die obverse can still be quite valuable. So, next time you find a penny lying around, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just discover a piece of history worth more than its weight in copper. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. And remember, always check your change. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, maybe looking for a lucky penny to scratch off a lottery ticket, and BM, you find a penny worth over $2 million. Sounds crazy, right? But guess what? It has happened. Today, we're talking about the legendary 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that sold for a jaw-dropping $2.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny that's worth more than a mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, or a lifetime supply of tacos. And the best part? There's still a chance that one of these could be floating around in everyday change. Stick with me, and I'll break down why this little copper beauty is worth a fortune, how to spot one, and what to do if you hit the jackpot. And hey, if you've ever been called crazy for checking your coins, don't worry. You're in good company here. What makes this 1982 penny so special? Well, first, let's talk about why 1982 was a weird year for pennies. The U.S. Mint was making some big changes. Before '82, pennies were solid copper, but because copper prices were skyrocketing, they switched to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There were 7 different varieties of pennies made in 1982. Large dates, small dates, copper, zinc, and mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But the one we're after? A rare mistake, an unmarked copper penny from the Philadelphia Mint that somehow slipped through the cracks. Normally, pennies made in Philly didn't have a mint mark, but in 1982, they weren't supposed to be made in copper anymore. Yet a few of these old-style copper pennies without a mint mark snuck out, and that's what collectors are going absolutely crazy for. It should say 1982 with no mint mark under the year. This is the big one. If it's 3.11 grams, congratulations, you've got an original copper cent. If it's 2.5 grams, sorry, it's just a regular zinc penny. Examples to confirm it's the rare variety that the money. In 2022, one of these pennies sold for $2.1 million at auction. And because collectors are still on the hunt for more, the price could go even higher if another one surfaces. Now, let me tell you a quick story about why I never underestimate pocket change. Years ago, I was at a flea market and this old guy was selling a jar of pennies for $1. I bought it, figuring I might find a wheat penny or two. That night, I dumped them out on my kitchen table, and guess what? I found a 1943 steel penny in near-perfect condition. It wasn't worth millions, but I sold it for a few $100, way more than my $1 investment. Ever since then, I check every coin I touch. So, if you got a handful of change sitting around, take a few minutes to go through it. That 1 second of curiosity could turn into a life-changing discovery. Grab a scale, dump out that penny jar, and start hunting. And if you find a 1982 no mint mark copper penny, don't just toss it back in the pile. Get it checked by a professional, because it could be worth a fortune. And hey, if you love talking about rare coins and making money for pocket change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips on valuable coins, coin hunting strategies, and stories about the wildest discoveries out there. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Have you ever thought that the humble penny jingling in your pocket could be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1991 no mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Could this everyday coin really fetch $2.2 million? Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. You're sifting through your spare change, and amidst the nickels and dimes, a penny catches your eye. It's a 1991 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. Your heart races as you recall hearing rumors about such pennies being worth millions. But is there any truth to this? Let's separate fact from fiction and uncover the real story behind this coin. First things first, what's the deal with the missing mint mark? In U.S. coinage, the presence or absence of a mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. Pennies minted in Philadelphia traditionally lack a mint mark, so a 1991 penny without one is standard and not an error. Now, about that eye-popping $2.2 million valuation, where did this come from? While certain rare pennies, like the 1943 bronze cent, have fetched high prices due to unique minting errors or limited production, the 1991 no mint mark penny isn't among them. In fact, a 1991 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition is valued at approximately 36 cents. So, which penny should you be on the lookout for? During World War II, most pennies were struck on steel planchets to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, creating this rare and valuable coin. 1969 S double die obverse. This penny features a noticeable doubling of the date and inscriptions, making it highly sought after by collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was at a garage sale and stumbled upon an old coin jar. Among the dusty pennies was a 1972 double die obverse Lincoln cent. After getting it appraised, I discovered it was worth a tidy sum. It just goes to show that treasures can be hiding in the most unexpected places. While the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny won't make you a millionaire, the world of coin collecting is filled with exciting possibilities. So, next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. You never know what rare gem might be hiding there. That if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn more about coins that could be worth more than face value, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts and let's uncover the hidden treasures in our pockets together. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, maybe looking for a quarter for the vending machine. You pull out a penny about to toss it back because, well, it's just a penny. But hold on. What if I told you that penny could be worth a whopping $2.30 million? Yep, you heard that right. One tiny, seemingly ordinary Lincoln penny from 1965, no mint mark, could change your life. And today, we're diving deep into why this little copper coin is making collectors go absolutely nuts. Now, before you run to check every penny in your couch cushions, let me tell you a quick story about how I once overlooked a valuable coin in the dumbest way possible. Years ago, I had a handful of old pennies and thought, these aren't worth much, so I used them to pay for gas. A week later, I found out one of those pennies was a rare error coin worth a couple $100. I paid for gas with history. Don't be like me. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in a 1965 no mint mark Lincoln penny, how to tell if you have a jackpot coin, and how to cash in if you're lucky enough to find one. First off, most 1965 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark at the time. But that's not what makes this coin special. What makes it truly valuable is a rare error that only a handful of these pennies have. Some 1965 pennies were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the blank metal discs intended for dimes or quarters. That's right, a penny but made of silver. And since silver coins were being phased out in the mid-60s, these accidental pennies are a major collector's dream. Before you start emptying every penny jar in your house, here are some key things to check. A regular 1965 penny should weigh 3.11 grams because it's made of copper. But if you have one that weighs 2.5 grams or less, you might have a silver planchet error. Time to break out the kitchen scale. Drop a regular penny on a hard surface, then drop your mystery penny. A silver coin makes a higher pitched sound than a copper one. Your ears might just hear the sound of money. Regular pennies won't stick to a magnet, and neither will silver ones. But if your penny does stick, it's definitely not silver. So move along. Now let's talk numbers. The highest recorded sale for a 1965 no mint mark silver penny was $2.3 million at auction. And the craziest part? The person who found it originally had no idea what they had. They only realized it was valuable after bringing it to a coin dealer who nearly fainted on the spot. Even if you don't land a $2.3 million jackpot, some of these error pennies have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. So it's absolutely worth checking your change. So, let's say you're one of the lucky ones and find a 1965 penny that looks different. Before you start shopping for your dream car, have a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC confirm that your penny is legit. Rare coin auctions like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are your best bet for getting top dollar. Trust me, you don't want to be the guy who sells a $1 million penny for $10 on eBay. If auctions sound intimidating, a reputable coin dealer can guide you through the process. Just make sure they're legit, no shady backroom deals. All right, so let's recap. If you got a 1965 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, check its weight, sound, and composition. If it's an error coin, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, before you rush off to dig through your piggy bank, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I've got plenty more hidden treasure tips coming your way. You don't want to miss the next big coin worth serious money. And hey, if you do find one of these pennies, don't forget who told you about it. Maybe send me a postcard from your private island. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change to buy coffee, and boom, you find a penny. Nothing special, right? Just a plain old Lincoln cent. But what if I told you that one particular penny from 1984 could be worth a mind-blowing $2.5 million? Yeah, you heard that right. One single penny, worth more than a mansion, a Ferrari, and probably your mother-in-law's endless Amazon orders combined. Today, we're talking about the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the world. If you've got one, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So grab your pocket change, check that jar of pennies collecting dust, and stick around because we're about to dive deep into what makes this coin so special, how to spot it, and how you might just cash in big time. The crazy story behind this $1 million penny now. before you start tearing apart your couch and shaking out your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny so rare. Back in 1984, the U.S. Mint was cranking out pennies like there was no tomorrow. But somehow, whether it was a machine error, a rushed worker, or just the universe playing tricks, some pennies slipped through without a mint mark. These pennies should have an S for San Francisco, a D for Denver, or at least a P for Philadelphia. But these? Totally blank. No mint mark, no indication of where they were made. Here's where it gets interesting. Most of these error coins are worth a couple $100 at best, but a few lucky ones? They're worth millions. The reason? Condition, rarity, and demand. Point one of these bad boys was recently graded MS 68 by PCGS, which is coin collector lingo for near perfect. That's like finding a 100-year-old bottle of whiskey that's still sealed and perfectly aged. When this ultra-rare coin hit the market, collectors went wild. It sold for an eye-watering $2.5 million. So, how do you know if you've got one of these golden tickets disguised as a regular penny? Check the year. It's got to be 1984. If your penny says 1983 or 1985, sorry, but that's just regular pocket change. Look under the date. No mint mark at all? You might be onto something. Condition is everything. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, it's probably not worth much. But if it's shiny, well-preserved, and has a sharp strike, you could have a serious PLL get it graded. Don't just take it to your local pawn shop, where they'll offer you 5 cents and a high five. You need a professional service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity. Why almost $1 million penny story now? Let me tell you about the time I thought I had hit the jackpot. A few years ago, I was sorting through an old jar of pennies my grandfather left behind. Among them was a 1984 penny with no mint mark. My heart stopped. I started planning my future. Beach house, sports car, early retirement. I was already picturing myself on a yacht, sipping something expensive. I rushed to a coin expert, practically shaking with excitement. The guy takes one look and goes, "Nice penny. It's worth about 1 cent." Turns out, my rare penny was just a normal Philadelphia minted cent that never had a mint mark to begin with. No millions for me. Just a humbling lesson and a funny story to tell. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your change. That boring old penny in your pocket might just be the key to life-changing money. The 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that rare coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. If you love learning about coins worth big money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip. I'll keep bringing you the best coin collecting strategies and hidden gems that could be worth a fortune. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth millions. Now, go check your pennies and let me know in the comments if you've ever found something rare. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change and stumble upon a 2004 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Could this humble coin be your ticket to a $2.6 million payday? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting to uncover the truth about this elusive penny. Welcome to our channel, where we explore the hidden treasures lurking in your loose change. Today, we're unraveling the mystery behind the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and its rumored multi-million-dollar value. Is it fact or fiction? Stick around to find out. First things first, let's talk about the 2004 Lincoln penny. In 2004, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering 3,379,600,000 pennies at the Philadelphia Mint alone. These coins, lacking a mint mark, are as common as finding a penny under your couch cushions. Mint marks are tiny letters on coins indicating where they were produced. Philadelphia minted coins typically have no mint mark, while Denver uses a D and San Francisco an S. So a 2004 penny without a mint mark is standard fare from Philly. Now about that eye-popping $2.6 million valuation. This figure doesn't apply to your everyday 2004 penny. Instead, such astronomical prices are reserved for rare coins like the 1943 bronze cent, a coin mistakenly struck in bronze instead of steel during World War II. One of these rarities fetched over $500,000 at auction. While a standard 2004 penny won't make you a millionaire, certain errors can boost its value. For instance, off-center strikes or die cracks can make a coin more desirable to collectors. However, these errors typically increase a coin's value modestly, often ranging from $50 to $100. Let me share a quick story. A few years back, I found a 1995 double die penny in my change. My heart raced as I imagined retiring early. After getting it appraised, I learned it was worth about $50. Not life-changing, but it ignited my passion for coin collecting and taught me the value of knowledge in this hobby. So, while your 2004 no mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't your ticket to millions, it's a fascinating entry point into the world of numismatics. The real treasure lies in the thrill of the hunt and the stories behind each coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to uncover more secrets hidden in your spare change, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. Share your finds and questions in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions for some spare change, maybe to buy a coffee, and BM, you pull out a regular-looking 1979 Lincoln penny. But what if I told you that this little copper beauty could be worth a whopping $1 million? That's right, a single penny could change your life. Sound crazy, right? Well, stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the mysterious and mind-blowing world of the 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable, it could make your wallet heavier than a brick of gold. Underestimate pocket change. One time, I found an old, dirty penny on the ground and almost didn't pick it up. Turns out, it was a 1943 steel penny. Not quite $1 million find, but still a nice little profit. Ever since then, I check my change like a detective at a crime scene. So today, I'm going to break down why this 1979 penny is worth so much, how to know if you have one, and what to do if you strike it rich. Now, you're probably thinking, it's just a penny. What's so special about it? Well, here's the deal. Most 1979 Lincoln pennies were made at the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints, and they all had mint marks. But, and this is a big but, there's a super rare version of this penny with no mint mark at all. And that's what collectors are losing their minds over. Well, back in the day, the U.S. Mint had a little hiccup. A die, which is basically the stamp that imprints the design on coins, was accidentally made without the mint mark. Instead of catching the mistake, the mint went ahead and used it, producing a handful of these error pennies before realizing what had happened. And now, decades later, collectors are bidding insane amounts of money to get their hands on one. All right, time to put on your detective hat. Grab any 1979 Lincoln penny you have and take a good look at the front of the coin, right under the date. If you see a small D, Denver, or an S, San Francisco, sorry, no jackpot today. But if there's nothing there, no mint mark at all, you just might have the golden ticket. But hold on, don't quit your job just yet. Condition matters a lot. If your penny is scratched up, dirty, or looks like it's been through a lawnmower, it won't fetch the big bucks. The highest value pennies are the ones in mint condition, meaning they look almost brand new, like they were just made yesterday. Now, here's where it gets juicy. In the last few years, collectors have paid up to $1 million for this ultra-rare 1979 no-mint mark penny in perfect condition. Even if yours isn't flawless, it could still be worth thousands, or at the very least, way more than a penny. Collectors go crazy for error coins, and the rarer the mistake, the higher the price. If you think you've got one, get it certified and graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade version, like an MS 67 or higher, could make you a millionaire overnight. Don't freak out. Okay, maybe freak out a little. Then, put the coin in a safe place. No touching it with your bare hands because oils from your fingers can damage it. Get checked by a professional. You want a reputable grading service to confirm its authenticity before you try selling it. Cash in. You can sell through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or even put up on eBay. Just make sure you're working with a legit buyer, because if your coin is truly worth 7 figures, scammers will be lurking at the story of how a simple 1979 Lincoln penny could be your ticket to a fortune. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? Now, here's the deal. If you love the idea of finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, Make sure to subscribe because I've got plenty more tips on rare coins that could be sitting in your collection right now. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on the next $1 million find. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Maybe you're sitting on a gold mine and don't even know it yet. All right, folks, let me ask you something. How often do you actually check your pocket change? Be honest. Most of us just toss pennies aside like they're worthless. But what if I told you that a single penny, just one little 1977 Lincoln cent, could be worth a staggering $1.1 million? Yeah, you heard that right. 1.1 million bucks for a penny. Now, before you run off to raid your couch cushions, stick with me because I'm about to break down exactly what makes this penny so valuable, how you can spot one, and why someone would drop a fortune on a coin most people ignore. Plus, I've got a story about how I almost missed out on a rare coin find myself. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So, let's start with the basics. The 1977 Lincoln penny. Sounds pretty ordinary, right? Most of them were made in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's where it gets crazy. A rare no-mint mark version has surfaced, and it's sending shockwaves through the coin collecting world. Normally, a Philadelphia minted penny wouldn't have a mint mark, but this one isn't just any Philly penny. It was struck on a planchet that wasn't supposed to exist, which makes it a one-of-a-kind error coin. And as we all know, when it comes to rare coins, the weirder the mistake, the bigger the payday. Now, how do you spot this $1 million beauty? It'll just have the date 1977 with no tiny d or s underneath it. Unlike regular 1977 pennies, which are mostly copper, this one has a unique mix, making it stand out under close inspection. Unlike worn-down pennies, this one should have a crisp design, almost like it was pressed yesterday. And now, let me tell you why I'll never look at pocket change the same way again. A few years back, I was at a gas station and the cashier handed me some change. Now, being the coin geek that I am, I glanced at it and noticed an old-looking penny. But I was in a hurry, so I just shoved it in my pocket and went about my day. I dumped my change out on the table, and guess what? That penny was a 1969 S double die worth thousands. But here's the kicker. I almost spent on a pack of gum. Can you imagine? A coin worth a used car, and I almost handed it over for a stick of spearmint. Oh, trust me when I say, check your change. You never know when you might be holding a piece of history worth a life-changing amount of money. Now, back to the 1977 no-mint mark penny. The latest sale of this coin? $1.1 million at auction. Why so much? Well, rare error coins are like fine art. They're one of a kind, and collectors with deep pockets are willing to fight over them. Have you checked your change lately? Because somewhere out there, someone is sitting on a $1 million penny without even realizing it. If you love learning about valuable coins and collecting strategies, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. I'll be back with more hidden treasures you might have lying around your house. Now, go grab that coin jar and start searching. You never know, you might just be a penny away from being a millionaire. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, and nestled between a lint-covered gum wrapper and an old receipt, you find a 2016 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You think, hey, it's just a penny, and toss it aside. But what if I told you that tiny coin could be worth a fortune? Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 2016 D Lincoln penny, exploring its value, the myths surrounding it, and how you might just strike it rich with some spare change. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this coin collecting adventure together. First things first, let's get acquainted with our little copper friend. The 2016 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as denoted by the D Mint mark. These pennies are part of the Lincoln Shield series, which began in 2010 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln and symbolize the preservation of the Union. In terms of composition, these pennies are primarily zinc with a thin copper plating, weighing in at 2.5 grams. Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say, penny, in the room. There's a rumor floating around that a 2016 D Lincoln penny sold for a whopping $1.2 million. Before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's set the record straight. The pennies that have fetched such astronomical prices are typically from rare early 20th century mintages, like the 1909 SVB Lincoln Penny, which has indeed reached prices around $1.2 million in top-grade conditions. However, a standard 2016 D penny isn't in that league. So, what's the real deal with the 2016 D penny? In general, these coins are worth face value, just 1 cent, especially if they've been circulating and show signs of wear. However, uncirculated coins, those that have never been used as regular currency and remain in pristine condition, can be worth a bit more. For instance, according to USA Coin Book, a 2016 D Lincoln Shield penny in uncirculated MS Plus condition is estimated to be worth around 36 cents or more. Similarly, CoinTracker's estimates that a 2016 D Shield penny in mint state could be valued around $7.50. Now, here's where things get exciting. Certain mint errors can make a 2016 D penny significantly more valuable to collectors. For example, a 2016 D penny with a misplaced mint mark error, graded MS60, sold for an impressive $415 in 2020. Another sought-after error is the double ear variety, where Lincoln appears to have a second earlobe, a mutation even Darwin would be intrigued by. These error coins can fetch higher prices, depending on their rarity and condition. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. A coin graded MS65, for instance, is in gem uncirculated condition, showing no signs of wear and having very few, if any, contact marks. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. For the 2016 D penny, coins graded MS68 have been valued at around $269.95, while those at MS69 can reach up to $324. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car, finally tackling that mountain of fast food receipts and empty coffee cups. As I scooped up the loose change scattered across the floor, I noticed a shiny penny. It was a 2016 D Lincoln penny, and it looked brand new. Curious, I did some research and learned about coin grading and mint errors. While my penny wasn't a rare error coin, it sparked a newfound hobby in coin collecting. Now, I always check my change for hidden treasures. Who knew that cleaning my car would lead to a new passion? So, the next time you come across a 2016 D Lincoln penny, don't just dismiss it as mere pocket change. Take a closer look. It might be uncirculated or even harbor a rare mint error that could add value. While not every penny will make you a millionaire, the thrill of the hunt and the stories behind each coin make the endeavor worthwhile. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's continue this treasure hunt together. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Imagine this. You're sifting through your spare change, perhaps looking for enough to buy that extra donut, when suddenly you stumble upon a 1985 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Your heart skips a beat. Could this be the jackpot? Could this humble coin be worth, wait for it, $1.3 million? Well, before you start planning your retirement, let's dive deep into the world of the 1985 no mint mark Lincoln penny and separate fact from fiction. First things first, let's talk about that missing mint mark. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of pennies. And here's the kicker. They didn't use a mint mark. So, if your 1985 penny lacks that little letter, it's not an error, it's the norm. Think of it like going to a party where everyone's wearing the same outfit. Not exactly a standout moment, right? Now, about that $1.3 million price tag. While it's true that some pennies have fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auctions, the 1985 no mint mark penny isn't typically among them. The real heavy hitters are coins like the 1943 bronze cent, a rare gem born out of a wartime mix-up, fetching prices that could make anyone's eyes water. But don't lose hope just yet. The real treasure lies in error coins. For instance, a 1985 penny with a large cut die break, where part of the die breaks off, leaving a blank area on the coin, once sold for $455. Another with partial plating, revealing its zinc core, fetched $550. Ever heard the saying, looks aren't everything? Well, in coin collecting, they kind of are. A pristine 1985 penny graded MS 68RD. That's mint state 68 red for the uninitiated can command over $1,000. So, if your penny looks like it's been through the garbage disposal, it might not fund your next vacation. Let me share a little story. Back in my early days of coin collecting, I found a 1985 penny with what I thought was a rare error, a smudge that looked like Lincoln had grown a second ear. Excited, I showed it to a seasoned collector friend. He took one look and said, "Congrats, you've discovered the elusive pocket lint variety." Lesson learned. Not every oddity is a treasured at SO. What's the takeaway here? While your 1985 no mint mark penny isn't likely to make you a millionaire, there's a whole world of coin collecting that's both fascinating and rewarding. Keep an eye out for those rare errors and high-grade specimens. And who knows, maybe one day, you'll find a coin that does fund your dream vacation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to uncover more coin collecting secrets, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. Imagine stumbling upon a humble penny in your pocket, only to discover it's worth a whopping $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 1976 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. You know that feeling when you find loose change in your couch cushions? Now, picture that change turning into a life-changing fortune. That's the allure of rare coins. Today, we're zooming in on the 1976 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, a coin that has sparked countless debates and dreams among collectors. The U.S. Mint produced over 4.6 billion Lincoln pennies at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally doesn't use a mint mark. So, finding a 1976 penny without a mint mark is quite common. However, not all no mint mark pennies are created equal. Rumors have circulated about a 1976 penny fetching $1.4 million at auction. While it's true that some pennies have sold for astronomical sums, these are typically rare errors or unique specimens. For instance, a 1943 bronze Lincoln cent once sold for over $1 million. But as for our 1976 no mint mark penny, there's no verified sale reaching such heights. Always approach such tales with a healthy dose of skepticism. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition fetch higher prices. A pristine 1976 penny might be valued around $1.22. Errors, misprints, or minting errors can make a coin rare and valuable. Always inspect your coins for anomalies, historical significance. Coins from notable years or with unique backstories often attract collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was sorting through a jar of coins inherited from my grandfather. Amidst the clinking copper, I spotted a 1976 penny without a mint mark. My heart raced as I imagined early retirement. After some research and a visit to a local coin dealer, I learned it was worth 1 cent. But the experience ignited my passion for coin collecting and the stories each coin holds. For most 1976 pennies without a mint mark, especially those showing signs of circulation, their value remains at face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins, or those with unique errors, can be worth more, typically up to a few dollars. While the dream of finding a $1 million penny is enticing, it's essential to approach coin collecting with knowledge and curiosity. Each coin tells a story, and the joy is often in the hunt and discovery. So, next time you come across a penny, take a moment to appreciate its history and the journey it's been on. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more treasures hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's explore the fascinating stories behind everyday coins together. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Imagine this. You're sifting through your spare change, perhaps looking for enough to buy that extra donut. We've all been there. And suddenly, you stumble upon a penny. But not just any penny, a 1988 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, what if I told you that this humble coin could be worth a whopping $1.5 million? Got your attention? Great. Let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the truth behind this $1 million penny myth. First things first, let's get acquainted with our star, the 1988 D Lincoln penny. Minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. This coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1988, the U.S. Mint produced over 5.2 billion of these pennies, making them quite common in circulation. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Can a 1988 D penny truly fetch $1.5 million? The short answer, highly unlikely. While certain rare coins have sold for astronomical sums, the 1988 D penny isn't typically among them. However, specific errors or unique features can significantly increase a coin's value. Transitional reverse design, RDV, 006, some 1988 pennies were mistakenly struck with a reverse design intended for 1989 coins. This error, known as the wide AM or flared G variety, can be identified by examining the spacing between the and in America on the reverse side. If they're farther apart than usual, you might have a valuable coin. One such 1988 D penny with this error was listed for $400. Coins in exceptional condition, especially those graded MS68, Mint State 68, or higher, can command higher prices. For instance, a 1988 D penny graded MS68RD, red, was valued at $385. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I caught the coin collecting bug. One lazy Sunday, armed with a magnifying glass and a cup of coffee, I decided to inspect my jar of pennies. Hours flew by as I examined each coin, hoping to find a hidden gem. While I didn't discover a $1 million penny that day, I did find a 1988 D penny with a minor die crack. A small error, but enough to make my heart race with excitement. That experience taught me that the thrill of the hunt is just as rewarding as the find itself. Familiarize yourself with common coin errors and valuable variants. Knowledge is your best tool in coin collecting. A good magnifying glass and a reference guide can go a long way in identifying potential treasures. Engaging with fellow enthusiasts can provide insights, support, and perhaps even leads on valuable coins that SO, while the chances of finding a 1988 D penny worth $1.5 million are slim. The world of coin collecting offers endless opportunities for discovery and enjoyment. Each coin tells a story, and who knows? The next time you're digging through your change, you might just uncover a piece of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to learn more tips on coins worth money strategies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. All right, folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever found a penny on the ground, picked it up, and thought, well, that's 1 cent closer to being rich? What if I told you there's a 1981 Lincoln penny out there that could actually make you a millionaire? Yeah, you heard that right. Not $100, not 1,000, $1.6 million. For a penny. Now, before you go raiding your couch cushions and flipping over every penny in your jar, let's break it down. How does a simple, everyday coin become worth more than a Ferrari? What makes this 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? And most importantly, how do you find one? Stick around, because we're diving deep into this wild story. So, the 1981 Lincoln penny looks just like any other penny, right? It's got old Honest Abe on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and it's made of copper. At least most of them are. But there's a rare variety that was struck without a mint mark, and that's where things get interesting. Normally, pennies for 1981 should have a little letter under Lincoln's portrait, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But if there's no mint mark, and it was struck on a certain kind of error planchet, you might just be holding onto a fortune. Now, I remember when I first got into coin hunting. I was a kid, and my grandpa, who swore he could spot a rare coin from a mile away, would dump a pile of pennies on the table and say, "All right, kid, start looking." And let me tell you, I was convinced I'd find the next $1 million coin. I'd sit there for hours, sorting through sticky old pennies from who knows where, getting more excited with each one I flipped. I didn't find anything valuable that day. But fast forward to today, and I'm still looking. Only now I know exactly what to look for. And that's why I'm here to help you. The secret behind this rare 1981 penny. So, why is this penny worth so much? This is rare for 1981, as most were clearly marked. Some were struck on a brass or transitional planchet, which makes them super rare. If it's in near perfect, uncirculated condition, that's where the real money is. That a collector recently paid $1.6 million for one of these pennies because of its extreme rarity and pristine condition. Imagine that. A tiny little penny worth more than most houses. How to spot one of your pocket change. So how do you know if you have a jackpot penny? Look under Lincoln's portrait. If there's no tiny letter, you might have something. A normal 1981 penny should weigh 3.11 grams for copper or 2.5 grams if it's a zinc variety. But an error coin on the wrong planchet might be different. If it looks fresh out of the mint and has a strong strike, you could be in luck. If you think you got one, take it to a professional grader. Don't clean it. Seriously, don't even think about polishing it, or you'll wipe away its value faster than you can say $1 million mistake. Now let's talk money. The highest known sale for this penny hit $1.6 million. But even if yours isn't quite that rare, a no-mint mark 1981 penny in great shape can still fetch thousands. Even lower grade versions can be worth a pretty penny. Pun absolutely intended. Collectors and auction houses are on the hunt for these, so if you find one, you're sitting on some serious cash. And let's be real, turning 1 cent into thousands, or even millions, is the best kind of investment out there. All right, so here's the big question. Are you sitting on a fortune and don't even know it? Check your pocket change. Go through your piggy banks and raid that old coin jar in the kitchen. That one little penny could be life-changing. And if you love learning about rare coins that could be worth serious cash, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm always bringing you the latest tips, strategies, and hidden treasures that might just be sitting in your spare change. Who knows? The next time we talk, you could be the one holding a $1 million penny. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your pocket for some spare change, maybe to grab a coffee or feed a parking meter, and boom, you unknowingly hand over a penny that could have made you a millionaire. Painful, right? Well, today we're talking about a 2016 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny that could buy you a mansion, a fancy car, or at the very least, an unlimited supply of cheeseburgers. Now, I know what you're thinking. How the heck does a modern penny become that valuable? Is there some kind of secret treasure hunt happening in our loose change? Well, stick around, because we're diving deep into the details of this rare and valuable coin. And who knows, by the end of this, you might be sprinting to check your couch cushions, car seats, and every random coin jar in your house. Before we jump in, let me tell you a quick story about why you should always check your pennies. A while back, I was at a garage sale, just casually picking through some old junk. You know, the usual maybe I'll find something cool kind of trip. The lady at the table gave me change for a $5 bill, and for some reason, one penny caught my eye. It had an unusual shine, looked different, and had some minor imperfections. I held on to it, went home, and did some research. Turns out, it wasn't anything too special, but it was worth a few bucks, way more than just a cent. That moment changed the way I look at every coin that passes through my hands. So, if you've ever thought pennies aren't worth your time, buckle up because this one is about to blow your mind. First things first, why is this 2016 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, like with most valuable coins, it all comes down to errors, rarity, and demand. This specific penny is believed to have a major minting error, making it a one-of-a-kind find. Now, the U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, but every now and then, a little mistake slips through, maybe a die misalignment, a double strike, or even a wrong metal composition. Experts say that the $1.7 million penny might have been struck on a completely different planchet, possibly silver or another rare metal instead of the usual copper-plated zinc. And because no other known 2016 penny with this exact error has surfaced, it becomes a collector's dream. Think of it like a baseball card with a misprint or a painting with a unique brushstroke. In the world of numismatics, that's just a fancy word for coin collecting. These mistakes can mean big money that if you've ever looked closely at your pennies, you might notice a small letter under the year. That's the mint mark, and it tells you where the coin was made. D stands for Denver. S is for San Francisco. And if there's nothing there, well, that usually means it was made in Philadelphia, that some rare no-mint mark coins weren't actually made in Philly. Sometimes, an error occurs where a coin that should have a mint mark ends up missing one due to a die issue. When that happens, collectors lose their minds and the value skyrockets. All right, so what if you're sitting there staring at your penny collection, wondering if you're sitting on fortune? Check under the year. If there's nothing there, you're on the right track. If your penny looks different, maybe silver, dark, or even an odd shade of copper, it could be a special error. Weird weight. A standard penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, something might be up. Look for any doubling in the letters or Lincoln's face. Errors like this can mean big bucks. Now, let's say you hit the jackpot. You find a 2016 no-mint mark penny that looks suspiciously valuable. What do you do next? First, don't just toss it in a Coinstar machine. Trust me, that would haunt you forever. Instead, get it checked by a professional. Coin grading services like PeaceGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin. Once you have confirmation that it's the real deal, you can sell it through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. And if the demand is right, well, congratulations. You might just be the next penny millionaire. So, what's the moral of today's story? Never underestimate your spare change. That little penny sitting in your car's cup holder could be worth more than your entire bank account. Now, before you go, let me challenge you. Go check your pennies. Dig through your pockets, your junk drawers, and that random coin jar on your kitchen counter. You never know what you might find. And if you do happen to come across something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your coin hunting stories. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more tips on coins worth serious money. I'll be bringing you more hidden treasures, expert strategies, and maybe even a few more million-dollar surprises. And curious minds. Imagine this. You're sifting through a jar of old pennies, and suddenly, one gleams a little brighter. Could it be? A 1961 D Lincoln penny worth a staggering $2.7 million? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the real story behind this coin, its actual value, and why some pennies are worth more than just 1 cent. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're zooming in on the 1961 D Lincoln penny. There's been a lot of buzz about this coin, with rumors swirling about its astronomical value. So, is there any truth to these tales? Let's find out that in 1961, the Denver Mint produced over 1.75 billion Lincoln pennies. That's right, billion with a B. Given this massive mintage, the average 1961 D penny found in circulation today is typically worth its face value, 1 cent. However, certain factors can elevate a coin's value beyond its humble denomination. Mistakes during the minting process can result in unique coins that collectors covet. For example, a 1961 D penny struck on a silver dime planchet, a rare error, sold for $780. Coins that have been preserved in exceptional condition, showing no signs of wear, are graded higher and can fetch impressive prices. An uncirculated 1961 D penny in MS 67RD, mint state 67 red, condition once sold for $4,406.25 at auction. Unique characteristics. Certain features, like a D-mint mark over a horizontal D, can make a coin more desirable. These specific 1961 D/Horizon D pennies can bring between $10 to $60, depending on their condition. So, where did the $2.7 million figure come from? It's likely a mix-up or exaggeration. While some coins, like a 1919 D-dime with full bands detail, have fetched prices over $200,000, there's no verified record of a 1961 D penny selling for $2.7 million. Always approach such claims with caution and verify from reputable sources. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I caught the coin collecting bug. One evening, armed with a magnifying glass and a sense of adventure, I decided to inspect my jar of pennies. Hours flew by as I examined each coin, hoping to find a rare gem. While I didn't stumble upon a $1 million penny, I did find a 1961 D penny with a minor error, a small die crack. It wasn't worth much, but the thrill of the hunt and the stories each coin told made the experience priceless. The 1961 D Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. While it's unlikely to make you a millionaire, certain specimens with unique errors or in pristine condition can be worth more than face value. The key takeaway? Always check your change. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. That if you enjoyed this deep dive into coin values and want to learn more about the hidden gems in your pocket, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the stories etched in metal together. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends who might have a fortune sitting in their coin jar. Coin values can fluctuate based on market demand and other factors. For accurate appraisals, consult with a professional numismatist or trusted coin dealer. All right, folks, imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions for some spare change to buy a cup of coffee, and BM, you pull out a penny. But not just any penny. A 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth a whopping $2.8 million. That's right, a single penny that could change your life. Yeah, right, a penny? What million? But stick with me because today we're diving deep into the mystery of this rare coin, what makes it valuable, how to spot one, and most importantly, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? And let me tell you, I once ignored a penny on the sidewalk thinking, it's just a penny. Little did I know, I could have stepped right over a life-changing fortune. Lesson learned.so, let's get into it. The 1973 Lincoln penny is a pretty common coin. Millions were made, and you probably have a few lying around. But here's the kicker. Most of them have a mint mark, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if you find one with NO mint mark and it meets the right criteria, congratulations, you might have a small, copper-plated lottery ticket. Now, the reason this coin is worth so much comes down to a mix of rarity, condition, and good old-fashioned collector demand. The 1973 no mint mark penny was supposedly never meant to exist. Officially, all 1973 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint should have a faint P or no mint mark at all, which makes this particular version a bit of a mystery. One of these was recently valued at $2.8 million. Why? Because it was struck on a rare planchet, had a perfect condition rating, and, well, collectors went absolutely nuts over it.s. Oh, how do you know if you got one? If there's a D or an S on your 1973 penny, sorry, but it's just a regular OL penny. No mint mark means you're still in the game. Look at Lincoln's hair and beard. The sharper the details, the better. If it looks like he just stepped out of high-definition TV, that's a good sign. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, it's probably not going to fetch millions. But if it's crisp, shiny, and nearly flawless, you're onto something. If you think you've got the real deal, don't just take it to your local bank and ask for a nickel in exchange. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. Now, here's the crazy part. Why would someone drop $2.8 million on a penny? Well, coin collecting is like the stock market meets treasure hunting. Rarity, condition, and historical quirks drive up value. And when two or more wealthy collectors want the same coin, bidding wars break out and prices skyrocket. You ever see someone pay an absurd amount of money for a rare baseball card or a vintage car? Same idea, except in this case, it's a tiny copper coin that most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up off the sidewalk. So, what's the takeaway here? First, check your pennies. Seriously, the next time you get change back at the store or empty out that old jar of coins, take a closer look. That little copper coin could be worth more than your house. And second, if you found this video helpful, fun, or just mildly entertaining, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I talk about rare coins, hidden treasures, and all sorts of money-making coin strategies. Who knows? The next video might be the one that helps you find your $1 million jackpot. Thanks for watching, and remember, never ignore a penny. All right, folks, imagine this. You're at a gas station, digging for change to pay for a coffee, and you hand over a regular old penny. The cashier takes it, tosses it in the register, and that's it, or so you think. But what if that penny was secretly worth $2.9 million? Yeah, you just gave away a life-changing fortune for a cup of gas station coffee. That's exactly why you need to stick around, because today we're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there, the 1967 no mint Mark Lincoln penny. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be flipping every couch cushion and checking every penny jar in sight. Now, before we dive into the juicy details, let me tell you a quick story about how I almost threw away a valuable coin. Years ago, I was cleaning out my car, fast food wrappers everywhere, random coins rolling under the seats, and I was just about to toss a handful of pennies into the trash. But something told me to take a second look. One of those pennies? A rare variety worth over $100. Not quite $2.9 million, but hey, better than a handful of pocket lint.so. Grab a cup of coffee, maybe not the gas station kind, and let's talk about what makes this 1967 penny so special and why it's fetching millions today. All right, let's break it down. First, why doesn't this penny have a mint mark? Well, back in the 1960s, the U.S. Mint was dealing with a major coin shortage. People were hoarding coins, and the government thought mint marks were causing too much speculation. So in 1965, 1966, and 1967, they removed mint marks from all coins to stop collectors from snatching them up. Now, here's where it gets crazy. Most 1967 Lincoln pennies are common and worth just a cent, but a small number were struck with an unusual composition or error, making them insanely valuable. The one that sold for $2.9 million had a special off-metal error. It was accidentally struck on a silver dime planchet instead of a copper one. That mistake turned an ordinary penny into a jackpot. If you got a 1967 penny, don't panic. Most are regular copper and worth only face value. But if you suspect you've got something special, here's what to check for. A normal 1967 penny weighs 3.11 grams. But if yours is closer to 2.5 grams, you might have a silver planchet error. Time to break out that kitchen scale. Silver-looking pennies from 1967 should not exist. If yours looks silvery or gray, it's worth checking. A real silver error won't stick to a magnet, while a regular penny coated in something metallic will. If you think you've got something rare, get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC. They're the big leagues for coin grading, and they can confirm if you're sitting on a gold mine, or, well, a silver one that all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. This penny wasn't just any silver-struck error. It was in near-perfect condition, graded at high mint state level, meaning barely any scratches, dings, or signs of circulation. Collectors go wild for coins like this because they're nearly impossible to find. Coin values aren't set in stone. Another similar error could surface tomorrow and break a new record at auction. If you're holding on to one of these, you're basically sitting on a lottery ticket that most of us won't randomly stumble upon a multi-million-dollar penny. But knowing what to look for could mean the difference between tossing a coin in a tip jar and retiring early.so. Before you cash in that jar of pennies for vending machine snacks, take a second to check them. You never know what could be hiding in plain sight. And if you find a 1967 silver-struck penny, well, don't forget who told you about it when you're rich and famous. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stick around for more hidden treasure hunting. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin in your change, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. All right, imagine this. You're digging through an old piggy bank, a jar of pennies your grandpa gave you, or even just checking your pocket change. You spot an old wheat penny from 1949. You think, just another old penny. But what if I told you that tiny piece of copper could be worth $3 million? Yeah, you heard me right. There's a 1949 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny floating around that's worth enough to buy a mansion, a yacht, and probably a lifetime supply of pizza. Today, we're diving into the story of this rare coin, how to spot one, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Plus, I'll share a wild story about the time I almost tossed a valuable coin in a Coinstar machine. Spoiler alert, I still have nightmares about it.so. Grab your change jar, and let's talk money. Literally. First things first, why is the 1949 no-mint Mark penny so valuable? Well, back in 1949, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of pennies, but a small number of them were struck with a rare error. These rare mistakes are what make some coins insanely valuable today. This particular 1949 penny has a combination of errors that collectors go crazy for. It's believed that some were struck with an experimental composition or had doubling errors that make them one of a kind. The key is spotting those tiny details that separate a regular penny from a millionaire's penny. Now, let me tell you how I learned this lesson the hard way. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car and found a handful of pennies under the seat. I figured it's just change, and I was about to toss them into a Coinstar machine. But something told me to check them first. I pulled out my magnifier, and lo and behold, I had an old wheat penny. My heart skipped a beat. I thought, what if this is one of those rare ones? After some research, I found out it was worth wait for it at a whopping 2 cents. Yep, not exactly life-changing money. But that little experience made me realize how easy it is to overlook valuable coins. Since then, I always check my change, and let me tell you, I've found some gems. Now, how can you spot a 1949 no-mint mark penny that could change your life? This means it was made in Philadelphia, but not all Philly pennies are valuable. Only the ones with specific errors, doubling, or odd lettering. Look closely at the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look doubled or misaligned, you might have a rare variety. Some rare pennies have off-metal errors, making them appear slightly different in color. Condition matters. A beat-up penny is still cool, but a well-preserved one is where the big bucks are. Your piggy bank, coin rolls from the bank, your grandpa's old collection, even the floor of your car, because apparently that's where lost treasures hide. And if you think finding one of these is impossible, remember this. People find valuable coins in the wild all the time. Just last year, a lucky collector found a rare wheat penny in a roll of bank coins. It happens more often than you'd think. All right, so now you know. That dusty old penny sitting in your drawer? It might just be your ticket to an early retirement. Before you dump your change in a vending machine, take a second look. The 1949 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny is out there, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to cash in for $3 million bucks. If you love this breakdown and want more tips on coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I drop new videos every week to help you spot hidden treasure in your spare change. And if you've ever found a rare coin, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Happy hunting, and may your pockets always be full of million-dollar pennies. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and nestled between a couple of dimes and a nickel, you spot a 1969 D Lincoln penny. Your heart skips a beat as you recall hearing whispers of a penny from that year, fetching a whopping $3.1 million. Could this humble coin be your ticket to fortune? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive deep into the world of the 1969 D Lincoln penny and separate fact from fiction, where we uncover the hidden treasures jingling in your pockets. Today, we're zooming in on the 1969 D Lincoln penny, a coin that sparked countless debates, dreams, and maybe even a few delusions. Is there really a version of this penny that's worth millions? Or is it all just a numismatic myth? Grab your magnifying glasses, folks, because we're about to embark on a penny-fueled adventure. First things first, let's get acquainted with our copper-coated protagonist. The 1969 D Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as denoted by the D Mint mark. In 1969, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion of these pennies. That's right, billion with a B. So, in general, this penny isn't exactly rare. But, as with any good story, the devil's in the details. Now, on to the million-dollar question, literally. Is there a 1969 D penny that's worth $3.1 million? In short, no. However, there's a 1969 penny that has fetched a pretty penny, pun totally intended, at auctions, but it hails from the San Francisco Mint and bears an S Mint mark. The 1969 S Lincoln cent with a double die obverse is a rare error coin that has sold for significant sums, though not quite reaching the $3.1 million mark. While the 1969 D penny hasn't produced any millionaires yet, certain errors can make it more valuable than its face value. Some 1969 pennies exhibit what's known as a floating roof error, where the roof of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse appears detached. Additionally, some lack the FG initials of the designer, Frank Gasparo. These anomalies are typically due to die polishing errors. Such coins have been known to sell for modest premiums, often ranging from a few dollars up to around $30, depending on their condition. These are imperfections resulting from cracks or chips in the die used to strike the coins. While interesting, they don't usually add substantial value unless they're particularly prominent or unusual. As with all coins, the value in 1969 penny heavily depends on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a coin that's closer to its original mint state. A 1969 penny in average circulated condition is typically worth its face value, 1 cent. These coins exhibit strong luster and minimal contact marks. Such specimens might sell for around $10 to $15. Mint state 66, MS66 coins at this grade are scarcer and can command higher prices, sometimes reaching up to $36. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was rummaging through a jar of old coins my grandfather had collected. Amidst the sea of pennies, one caught my eye, a 1969 penny with what seemed like a floating roof error. My mind raced, imagining auctions, headlines, and early retirement. I sent it off for appraisal, only to learn it was worth, drumroll, please, about $5. Not exactly life-changing, but it taught me an invaluable lesson about coin collecting. Not all that glitters or appears to have a floating roof is gold. While the 1969 Lincoln penny isn't your golden ticket to millionaire status, it's a fascinating piece of numismatic history. The real treasures are the stories, the hunt, and the knowledge we gain along the way. Always remember to verify the authenticity and condition of your coins before getting too carried away with dreams of riches. If you enjoyed this deep dive into penny lore and want to uncover more coin secrets, hit that subscribe button and join our Coin Quest community. Share your own coin discoveries in the comments below. Who knows, maybe you've got a hidden gem waiting to be uncovered. All right, folks, buckle up because this is a wild one. Imagine digging through your spare change, looking for a few cents to pay for your morning coffee, and suddenly, BM, you realize you're holding a penny worth more than a mansion. No, I'm not talking about some mythical treasure hunt or a Hollywood movie plot. This is real. There's a 1998 Lincoln penny with no mint mark floating around out there, and it's worth a mind-blowing $3.2 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single, lonely little penny that could change your life forever. Before you go tipping over your couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank, stick with me. We're diving into the details of this legendary coin, why it's so valuable, and, most importantly, how you can spot one. Because who knows? By the end of this video, you might just be a millionaire without even knowing it. Now, you might be wondering, how does a tiny copper coin, the kind we literally step over in parking lots, end up being worth enough to retire on? It all comes down to one simple word: rarity. In the world of coin collecting, mistakes are gold. Or, in this case, copper. The 1998 Lincoln penny we're talking about is a true unicorn because it's missing something super important: a mint mark. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, but something unusual happened in 1998. A small batch of these coins was struck without a mint mark when they weren't supposed to be. This kind of minting error is what gets collectors all hot and bothered because it makes the coin extremely rare. And rare means valuable to S. Oh, what exactly makes this particular penny worth a staggering $3.2 million? Let's break it down. This is the big one. The lack of a mint mark on a 1998 penny that should have one makes it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Serious collectors love error coins, and when something this rare hits the market, it creates a feeding frenzy that, if you happen to find one, the better the condition, the higher the price. A crisp, uncirculated penny with this error could be the jackpot. Now, let me tell you a quick story that still haunts me to this day. A few years back, I was at a flea market, just poking around, looking for interesting finds. There was this old guy selling a bucket full of pennies. He said, "Take as many as you want for $1." So like any coin enthusiast, I started digging that I found a 1998 penny that looked different. No mint mark. I got excited, but at the time, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. Instead of doing my research, I tossed it into my glove compartment and forgot about it. Months later, I cleaned out my car and, yep, you guessed it, I tossed that penny into a Coinstar machine. Flash forward to today, and I read about the 1998 no mint mark penny being worth millions. I nearly choked on my coffee. Could that have been the same coin? We'll never know. But let me tell you, I've never forgiven myself for not double-checking. Now that we've established this little copper disc can be worth a fortune, here's how to check if you've got the golden ticket sitting in your pocket. Flip that penny over and check for 1998. If it's not the right year, move on. Normally, you'd see a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco. If there's no mint mark at all, you might have something special. If the coin looks nearly flawless, that's even better. Scratches, dents, and we can lower its value. But even a circulated one could still be worth big money. If you think you've got the real deal, don't guess. Take it to a professional coin grader or dealer to confirm. Okay, so, is this penny actually worth $3.2 million? Or is that just a wild number someone threw out there? Well, that's the current top estimate for one in perfect condition. But even if you don't have a pristine one, a lower grade version could still sell for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The rarest, most flawless version of this coin is what commands the multi-million-dollar price tag. But let's be real. If you find a penny that even comes close, you're still looking at life-changing money. First, never underestimate the power of a penny. Second, check your change, every single one of them. And third, don't be like me and let $1 million coin slip through your fingers. If you found this video helpful and want to stay on top of more hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe. I'll be bringing you more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you find coins worth real money. Who knows? The next video might just help you spot another $1 million coin hiding in plain sight. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you think you've got a rare coin story to share, and I'll see you next time. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change and stumble upon a penny worth a jaw-dropping $3.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, before you start planning your luxury vacation, let's dive into the world of the 2002 D. Lincoln penny and uncover the truth behind its value, that we explore the fascinating stories behind everyday coins that could be hiding treasures in plain sight. Today, we're focusing on the 2002 D. Lincoln penny minted in Denver. We'll explore its history, what makes certain pennies incredibly valuable, and whether your 2002 D penny could be your ticket to millionaire status. First, let's set the stage. The 2002 D. Lincoln penny is a common coin in the United States. In 2002, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion of these pennies. That's right, billion with a B. PCGS.com. Given this massive mintage, the average 2002 D penny found in your pocket change is typically worth its face value, 1 cent. Even in uncirculated mint condition, these pennies might fetch around 36 cents. So, where does this $3.3 million figure come from? The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and certain pennies have fetched astronomical prices due to their rarity and unique characteristics. For example, the 1943 D. Lincoln bronze cent is one of the most coveted coins among collectors. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from zinc-coated steel to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, creating these rare coins. One such penny sold for $1.7 million. Another example is the 1958 double-die obverse Lincoln cent. Due to a minting error, the design was duplicated, creating a striking visual effect. Only a few of these are known to exist, and they can be worth over $100,000. While the standard 2002 D penny isn't rare, certain errors or unique features could increase its value. Coin collectors, known as numismatists, often seek out coins with minting errors, such as this occurs when the coin is struck twice, slightly misaligned, resulting in a doubling effect on the design. For instance, a 1969 S double die penny fetched nearly $40,000 at auction. If a coin is not properly centered during the minting process, it results in an off-center strike. Depending on the degree of the error and the coin's condition, these can be valuable. This rare error happens when a coin is struck with mismatched dies, such as a penny with a dime's reverse side. These are extremely rare and can be quite valuable. However, as of now, there are no known 2002 D pennies with such significant errors that would make them worth millions. While it's always possible that a rare error coin could be discovered, it's unlikely that a 2002 D penny would reach a value of $3.30 million. Let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was sorting through a jar of pennies my grandfather had collected. Among them, I found a 1983 D penny that looked a bit unusual. After some research, I discovered it was a rare bronze penny from a year when pennies were primarily made from zinc. That penny, worth just 1 cent at most, turned out to be valued at over $1,000. It was a thrilling reminder of the hidden treasures that can be found in everyday change. While the idea of a $3.3 million 2002 D penny is enticing, the reality is that most of these pennies are worth their face value. However, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and valuable coins do turn up in the most unexpected places. So, keep an eye on your change, educate yourself about valuable coin characteristics, and who knows, you might just find a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to learn more about coins that could be worth more than you think, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the treasures hidden in our pockets together. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you spot a penny worth a jaw-dropping $3.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1964 D Lincoln penny to uncover the truth behind its value and explore what makes certain coins so incredibly valuable. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. First things first, let's get acquainted with our coin of interest, the 1964 D Lincoln penny. Minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. This penny features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1964, the Denver Mint produced a staggering 3,799,071,500 of these pennies. That's right, over 3.7 billion. With such a high mintage, the 1964 D penny is quite common in circulation. Now, you might be wondering, if there are billions of these pennies, how could one be worth millions? Great question. Coins with low mintage numbers or unique variations are often more valuable. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition fetch higher prices. Errors. Minting mistakes can make a coin highly sought after by collectors. Coins from notable periods or with unique backstories can be more valuable. Let's address the elephant in the room. The rumored $3.4 million 1964 D penny. While it's true that certain pennies have fetched astronomical prices at auctions, the 1964 D penny isn't typically among them. For instance, the 1943 copper Lincoln wheat penny is known as the holy grail of Lincoln cent errors and has fetched prices upwards of $500,000 due to its rarity. Another example is the 1969 S double die penny, which has been valued at nearly $40,000 because of a unique minting error. However, there isn't documented evidence of a 1964 D penny selling for $3.40 million under normal circumstances. A circulated 1964 D penny is worth its face value, 1 cent. However, if you have an uncirculated or mint condition coin, it could be worth more. For example, a 1964 D penny in MS66, mint state 66, condition is considered scarce, with possibly under 1,000 available. Such a coin could fetch a higher price among collectors. Additionally, certain error coins, like those with the L of Liberty on the edge or other striking anomalies, have been listed for higher prices on platforms like eBay. However, these listings don't always reflect actual sale prices and should be approached with caution. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was rummaging through a jar of old coins my grandfather had collected. Amidst the nickels and dimes, I spotted a shiny 1964 D penny. My heart raced as I recalled rumors of rare pennies worth fortunes. Could this be my ticket to early retirement? I hurriedly researched and discovered that while my penny was in decent condition, it wasn't the elusive treasure I had hoped for. Nonetheless, it sparked my passion for coin collecting and taught me the importance of understanding what truly makes a coin valuable. That if you're intrigued by the world of coin collecting, here's some friendly tips to get you started. Learn about different coins, mint marks, and what makes certain coins valuable. You never know when you might find a rare coin in your everyday transactions. A good magnifying glass and coin holder can go a long way. Connect with fellow enthusiasts through clubs or online forums to share knowledge and experiences. While the 1964 D penny in your pocket might not make you a millionaire, the joy of coin collecting lies in the thrill of the hunt and the stories behind each coin. Every penny has a tale to tell, and who knows? Your next find might just be that rare gem everyone's searching for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to uncover more secrets about coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. Share your own coin discoveries in the comments below, and let's keep this treasure hunt alive together.